Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to be going over the Total War Berserk Blitz. This war is going to be very different than our past wars, where every single player, their first 3 times their camps are destroyed, their repair will only take 15 seconds. This is going to save a lot of people a lot of coins. It can also draw out some matches while also encouraging people to use a lot of cans. I definitely do like this idea because it means people will be more interactive with the game and that you'll be more invested in Blitz War. It also gives players more chances to score more points, especially considering how short a Blitz War is and how high the milestones are. In addition to the 15 seconds that it takes to repair your camp for the first 3 times each war, the cooldown time for attacking has been reduced from 3 minutes to 1 minute and 45 seconds. This is extremely useful in my opinion because it means you can continue to attack again and again and again without really having to stop and wait for a cooldown timer. The initial scouting time also at the beginning of a match has been reduced to 1 minute, meaning we're wasting less time scouting and more time actually warring. This Blitz War will be the first war where mercenaries will be available, meaning after 5 minutes, if you're only 5 for 6, you will get an auto bot that's added, and this person, they can't attack, they can barely defend, they have 5 stars on their defensive team. They're basically just giving points away to the enemy, but it does allow you to play. You can then also get a second mercenary if you're only 4 for 6 after 10 more minutes. So after 15 minutes, you can have up to 2 bots on your team, which is 33% of your squad because it's a 6v6 war. Now, each war is only 30 minutes long, but most of it will be attacking because of that reduced cooldown time. So these changes for Blitz, I'm actually really excited about. I think they're going to go over really well for everyone. And now we can kind of take a look at the towers for this war. So Toll Booth, when attacking camps and strongholds, cause defenders 50% heal reduction for 3 turns. To me, this tower works really well if you run an infection team on attack. If people have fast healing weapons on defense, by reducing that amount by 50%, you might be okay by using, say, Mateo's active skill on the first turn and Wangfa on the second turn, or using Trader because 15% isn't very high and it's easy to clear that with 2 yellow tunes with 1 fast healing weapon, but all of a sudden if that 20% is cut down in half to 10%, it no longer meets that threshold. So I would say defensive teams, you definitely want to watch out for infection teams on attack because this heal reduction will actually come into play and could cause a lot of people some problems. The next tower, Sniper Nest, fast and tough team members get a large bonus to AP when defending camps and strongholds. Now, I think, okay, so a medium bonus is 5, very large is 8, huge is 10, I think large is 7 AP. So what this tells me is that on a defensive team, you don't need to run an additional 8% AP weapon to make a turn 1 rushing team because a 76 AP tune times 0.08, so an 8% AP weapon, is 7 AP. A large bonus is 7 AP. So this tower is actually going to help a lot of people have a fast rushing team without having to have an 8% AP weapon. Instead, they could run a more windowless team and have an impenetrable defense weapon, for example. I think this tower will actually be kind of sneakily good. And the type of team I really feel like will benefit from it is a Jackie lead team, especially if someone's trying to make a defensive team where Jackie rushes on the first turn, or someone tries to get Trader to rush on the first turn, and he'll taunt you and attack down you, and you could get stuck into a loop. So that's definitely the type of team that I would want to watch out for when I'm attacking, and that's the type of team that if I could set up on defense, I would. I would probably avoid running a fast rushing defensive team that does a lot of damage, because people can just run payback on attack to counteract that. Now, this last tower has me a little worried. So Digger, alert and strong team members get Guardian Shield at the start of combat when attacking camps and strongholds. This tower is going to be really, really good on an offensive team. I'm already envisioning a team that has Axel as a leader, that has Noor, that has Dr. Stevens, that has a command tune, and maybe Michonne as well, because Michonne will get that Guardian Shield, of course, to start. She'll provide that Confuse resist to start. You have Axel as a leader who provides the stun resist, 100% at that to start. It's the type of team that I think could get off some really quick kills. Axel helps you with rushing. He also gives, I think it's 100% attack buff. You have Noor, who can deal some serious damage. You have Michonne, who can deal a lot of damage as well. To me, there is a lot of the new premier tunes that would actually benefit from this specific tower. I know that this tower is definitely playing towards a different type of meta. I'm thinking of tunes like Krista or the Gentleman, who can also be used. Like, you can definitely run some glass cannon attack teams with this tower, as long as they're an alert or strong tune, so red or a green tune, because that Guardian Shield prevents them from being turn 1'd. So if the defensive team is a turn 1 rushing defensive team and it's an aggressive one, well, all of a sudden it's hitting a Guardian Shield and basically no damage. Not even basically, there is no damage that is taking place, and there's no AP gain. And I actually want to correct the theory build team that I just put out. I'm thinking actually Axel, so the 100% stun resist to fast and alert tunes. I'm thinking of Michonne with the confuse resist on her weapon to 3 tunes, so 100% confuse resist for, I think it's 2 turns or something like that. If you add ransack to the last part of her weapon, so then she can be a little bit more effective just by being able to steal buffs from the enemy and giving them to herself. I'm thinking the Gentleman would be a great tune choice to use, and I'm thinking of giving him a splash weapon, but add on pain spread, because he can normalize enemies, but if you can pain spread the normalize, that just means you'll be more effective at attacking. I would give him that splash weapon, and I would give him attack up when I think I would go with impaired and slowed, but it could be impaired and taunted or taunted and slowed, kind of up to you there. I would put in Shane because of his bodyguard ability. He also has a great active skill for plus 50% attack and focus to 3 tunes, which is of course extremely useful on any type of attack team and even defense team. This whole team here would be shielded by the Guardian Shield, but Shane is also there as a safeguard because he's able to bodyguard, so if a tune is going to take enough damage, Shane will end up taking 30% of that damage instead, so that tune gets 0 damage, which allows you to run some very offensive tunes. I'm using a double command, and I'm using Dale because of his rush, which is minus 60% defense down to all enemies, and that could probably be rushed on the second turn. We take a look by using Axel. When Axel uses his active skill, 2 tunes gain 100% AP, so this would just help with charging, and I could manipulate it so that both Dale and the Gentleman get the AP, or Dale and Axel, for example. Like, this type of team I think would be pretty effective. You could even end up dropping a tune like Nick and putting in Princess if you want some extra normalize, but I think this type of team could be very effective. This offensive team would just have that Guardian Shield, so it would be blocking damage quite often. And if you didn't want to go with this aggressive method, well, for that first tower again, you could easily end up running a infection team on attack, like using traders, for example, because if you have those Guardian Shields, you're not taking any damage, you're not taking a lot of status effects, you're in a pretty safe position, and I feel like it would just be an auto match. I just think that these towers are quite powerful, all in their own ways, and I like that they're a little bit clever as well. As I mentioned, the 50% heal reduction is a great counter against fast healing weapons, so infection could actually work on that first turn. The second tower would help with defensive teams rushing fast, of course, and it just helps you replace a weapon with that would have been a window, like an 8% AP weapon, and being able to use impenetrable defense is a huge asset. And then, of course, as I mentioned, the last tower, Guardian Shield on an attack, it just gives you that extra little bit of protection So you could easily run a glass cannon offensive team, and the team I showed before was just under the most ideal circumstances. There are a ton of tunes that could work with this tower, and it's all about really just finding them, but I definitely think it's possible. Now we're taking a look at the rewards. The rewards are basically the same as what we've been getting, and it's actually quite a bit. I'm actually pretty happy with what we've been able to earn. So I'm pretty excited about this war. We're just seeing some increase in prizes, like even the war crates. We have new cards in them, so Rick cards and Mateo cards are 50, Jackie and AJ 40, Trader and Alpha 30, and Storm and Carrie Ann are 20. So I like that it gives you options, that way everyone can be kind of working towards a tune that they want or need. So overall, I think this war looks pretty good. I like that none of the towers are too overpowered and they all kind of aid with a different type of strategy. I think that this war will go by a lot faster than any of us realize because of the reduced cooldown times and basically the instant rebuilds. Now, it didn't say if those instant rebuilds would also be with coins or not, though. It just said that they would only be 15 seconds long. I imagine that it will cost some coins to make the second and third rebuild, but then again, I'm unsure because I haven't tested it myself. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching and listening to my video. Let me know in the comment section below what tower you think is the best one this week.